So, oh god, you really can't show the ad again because I've changed the tab. I'm gonna start every bloody video with me going, "Oh, it's not working." Right, to that one. The window. Okay. There we go. Okay, right, fine. I think I know how to fix that now. So, hello everybody. Welcome back to the stream. Should be live. Should be. Oh, no caps. Should be live now. Smiley face. He's live. Good. So, we're gonna play some Final Fantasy. Fighting Fantasy. I aren't sure which game we're going to play. We can vote on that as well, because I know I have several that we could do, so you guys can vote on that. But first, we have to remember why we're here. We are raising money for Cancer Research UK, which is obviously a charity that looks into the causes of cancer, stopping it, preventing it, and curing it and treating it when people have it. And it's something that is quite prevalent in the world. So let's try and do something about it. So this is an ad for it, and then we'll get into the game. But if you want to donate, links in the description. Any and all donations are welcome. Thanks very much.
And then we were there for about another hour.
There you go. There's some free advice. So, right then. So, yes. So. This is where I got, okay, there's quite a few people in here, so we should get some nice decisions made. The first one, of course, is what book are we playing? So I have several. Forgive me as I have to write all these down and remember what I've got and such. I'll give a brief summary of all of them before I start the stream, the vote. Oof. House of Hell. Ooh. I can't remember what else I've got. I can't see why they couldn't just call them all. Final Fantasy. Fighting Fantasy, be ahead of the I keep saying ahead of the, have a little colon. First do. Oh yeah, we got Starship Traveler. I think that was the one I was thinking of. I think that's it. I think that's all of them. 1, 2, 3, 4. I got five listed. Will they be head stomping? They could actually in one of them. So I don't have Firetop Mountain. I think I'll have a search for it, but I don't think I have it. No. And again, I have a lot of games, and it's kind of hard. I should have put them in their own little group, you know. But never mind. Says Forest of Doom. Yeah, okay, right. So we'll just go with that. So, all right. So we got 5 choices. So the first is Forest of Doom, which is a pretty much standard adventure in which we're going through a forest trying to find 2 parts of a hammer to save a dwarven settlement by uniting them. Appointment with Fear is where we are a superhero in this alternative reality, and we're trying to stop this group of supervillains taking over the world. In House of Hell, we are a lost traveler whose car breaks down. We find a old mansion. We go in there and we basically have to survive the night. We also have Sorcery, which is book 1 of 4, but only 2 are released. So we're going to play the first one. So it's a long story. We won't be able to finish it anyway. But it is again a quest across the land to kill somebody. And Starship Traveler, in which we're basically, it's like a Star Trek clone. We have a ship and a crew, and we're lost on the inside of a black hole, and we have to go to these alien worlds and try and find our way back to ours. So there's the little votes, and we'll see what we get. Any other questions? Of course, accommodation currently due to lack of funding. Oh, that's cool. I mean, if you can't afford it, don't worry about it, because I'll probably someone's made a donation. I will say now for £10. Let me see if I can find out who that is. If you're in the chat, then you can just say if you're not too embarrassed to do so. £356, and that was from Bill or Van Guy 79. Thank you very much to you. And again, if you've donated and I haven't said, I do apologise, but the donations do not come up on the donation page in the order that they're given, so I just have to kind of work out what is what. So you guys have chosen House of Hell. So I probably will have to. I might have to install that actually. I might still have it, but these are very small games anyway. So these are basically books. Yep, there it is. So I can just press play and that will play. In which you are the hero. And so you get to decide what we do. Let me sort this out. So last time we played this, it went horribly wrong. I think this was the quickest death, actually, that we've ever had. This game is pretty tough, I gotta say. So yeah, horror. So you guys ready? You ready? You're gonna get your teddy bears and hide under your blankets and stuff before we start. House of Hades, was it indeed, Andrew? I didn't know that. We also had a lot of fun trying to figure out where this is set last time. Okay, you ready? Right. We're gonna play. No, restart the book entirely. Okay, so you are the hero, etc, etc, etc. Okay, so we have to decide. This game has been designed for optimal challenge on hardcore and medium difficulty modes. For newcomers to Final Fantasy, we recommend medium or free read. So, do you want to play it on hardcore mode, which basically exactly how the book was. Starting skill is reduced by 3 because we don't have a weapon. Yeah, we do. Okay, so before embarking on your adventure, you must first determine your own strengths and weaknesses. To see how brave, lucky, and resourceful you are, you must use the dice. To determine your skill, stamina, and luck. Your skill score represents your general fighting expertise. The higher the better. Your starting skill is determined by rolling a single die and adding 6 to that number. So let's roll it. 4's alright. So, that's 10. So our skill is 10. That's in combat. Yes, Numa, basically. I'm not sure which came out first, to be honest with you. Next determine, you're alright. We don't start with a weapon, so our skill is reduced by 3 until we get one. Stamina score reflects your general constitution, your will to survive, your determination and courage. The higher your stamina score, the longer you will be able to survive. Your starting stamina is determined by rolling 2 dice and adding 12 to that number. Let's see. Oh, nice! Wow, we couldn't get much better than that, could we? Yeah, this is one of the harder books, yeah. Yes, indeed. We found that out before. But yeah, good stats so far. Now look. Your luck score indicates how naturally lucky person you are. Luck and evil are facts of life in the devilish domain you're about to explore. Roll 1 dice, add a 6. Nice. So again, 10. So we're better than average in everything. Finally, off fear. This is the thing that messes us up the most. As well as surviving your adventure by ensuring that your stamina never drops to 0 in House of Hell, you must also avoid being frightened to death. Last time we were frightened to death by a chair. Roll 1 dice and add 6 to determine your fear. Oh no, that's it, we're screwed. We're screwed. We might as well just restart. But we're going to continue anyway. So fear is 7. So we're not particularly brave, sadly. So total will give you the maximum fear score that you can bear. Your fear score is the number of points you can take before being frightened to death. Good luck, you'll need it. Okay. The rain splatters the windscreen relentlessly. You see no more than a watery gloom as you strain forwards over the steering wheel to see the road ahead. Although the wipers flap valiantly, they are fighting a losing battle as the rain drives harder and harder. Your foot eases off the accelerator. The headlights struggle to light up the road. Damn! You curse the white-haired old man who sent you along this bumpy track. Probably he meant the second turning on the left, or even the right turning, the old fool. Perhaps this is his idea of a joke. After all, didn't you notice a mischievous glint in his eye? Something vaguely cinema. Hello, Rohan. Good to see ya. What sort of nonsense is this? So you've taken the wrong turn and got caught in a downpour in the night. The rain will ease off soon. It can't possibly keep up this deluge for long. And then you'll be able to... Watch out! You spin the wheel frantically to the left to avoid the figure who from nowhere shows up in the headlights. The car bumps and jolts as it bounces over the rocky roadside and thumps into a ditch. You collect your thoughts. You are unhurt, but shaken. Then you remember what has happened. The body! You must have hit the figure that appeared. There was no way you could have avoided him. You spring out the car, praying that he's still alive. Your clothes soak up the rain as you hobble back to the road in the darkness. In the darkness it is difficult to see anything, but there is no sign of a body. You consider the situation. Are you certain it was someone and not a trick of the light? Yes. You can remember the arms held up in fright as the car collided. And the look of anguish on his face. His face! There was something familiar about that face. A man you recognized. An old man with white hair. Your heart leaps. No, impossible. With a shiver of fear, you race back to the car. Jump inside and force the key into the ignition and twist it violently. The starter coughs, splutters, and dies. You hit the key again, but this time a single shudder is all the engine can manage. You grasp the wheel with your hands and shake it desperately, as if to force some life into the car, but the battery is dead. Your car is certainly not budging from the ditch tonight. Your situation is hopeless, but now the plight of your car is paramount. Where can you get help? You passed a garage at Mingleford, but that was some 20 miles away. As if an answer, a light appears in the distance. Someone has switched on a bedroom light. What a stroke of luck! It was at least 15 miles back that you passed the last house, and you happened to have broken down just a short distance from someone's home. I am not in ultimate control, Dragonster. It is entirely not my fault. I am merely a facilitator. You button up your coat and open the door. From outside the car, you see the building more clearly. Just ahead, on the left, The drive winds up to a large house. It's a good 5 minutes walk away. By the time you reach it, you'll be drenched. But how else will you get to call the garage? You can't afford to miss tomorrow's appointment. No, you must. Go you must. Anyway, you'll probably be able to dry off inside falling in the garage. You slam the door, turn up your collar, and set off for the house. A flash of lightning lights up clearly for you, but in your preoccupation with the rain, the warning from above is wasted on you. The house is old, very old, and in a shocking state of repair. The light in the window is flickering, most likely an oil lamp, certainly not electric, and you don't notice the fact that may have turned you back anyway. There is no telephone line going to the house. Oh well. As you climb the steps to the front door, little do you realize what fate has in store for you. Tonight is going to be a night to remember. Now turn over. You climb the creaking steps to the front door and pause to catch your breath. Even though you ran all the way up the drive from your car, you are soaked through. Your feet are particularly wet. Judging by the number of puddles you stepped into in the dark, the drive needs a small fortune spending on repairs. But under the porch, you are out of the storm, and you brush the rain from your clothes before turning towards the door. The rain is still pelting down, but an eerie silence hangs in the air. No lights are on downstairs. You step back off the porch to check the upstairs window, which attracted your attention earlier. Nothing. No lights. The whole place seems to be deserted. But then you remember the time. 5 minutes to midnight. Everyone in the house has probably gone to bed. An owl hoots in the distance, and a shiver runs down your spine. The situation is a little scary. Here you are, in the middle of nowhere, some strange run-down old house about to wake up whoever lives inside at midnight. They certainly won't be too pleased. But you've got no choice if you're going to make your appointment tomorrow. You must reach the telephone to call for help. You step up to the front door. From the left-hand side of the house, a dull glow catches your attention. A light's been turned on. You breathe a sigh of relief. At least someone is awake. You consider your options. There is an elaborate knocker in the middle of the door and a bell pull hanging down to the right. Will you rap the door with the knocker? Will you pull the cord? Or you could creep towards the house to investigate the light. So... Oh, I need to change the game we're playing as well. Do that now. See if House of Hell is in... Nope, it's not. Oh, yes, it is. Good stuff. So, do we... wrap the door. Just alter things on my desktop a little here. Make it easy for me. You cannot kick down the door. Okay, there you go. So sorry about that. You know, a lot of reading there, so didn't read the chat for a little bit. Burn the house down before it's too late. Sadly, that is not an option either. Yeah, Rohan, so basically, in this, it's like a choose your own adventure game. You're presented with choices, and you guys get to decide which choice the hero, selects, and then I will read whatever happens next. Gonna look at the light, are you guys? Well, let's see about that. You walk from the porch around the side of the house. A light is indeed on, and it's shining through a window at the back of the building. Do you wish to go around to see if you can see anything from this window, or will you walk up to one of the other windows along the side wall to see whether you can enter the house without anyone knowing? Oh! So basically, are we going to look through the window? Or are you going to try and sneak in, basically. That's basically what you're doing, isn't it? It's even. It's pretty even. Just break into the house. It might be. Might be a good idea. It's there. But what have you picked? It's pretty even, but there is a winner. You're gonna look through the window. Maybe you'll be able to sneak in after you look through the window. You don't know. Let's find out. The lit window is next to a back door which leads into a kitchen. Voices are coming from the kitchen, but you cannot see anyone. Whoever is in there must be standing by the back wall, out of sight. You strain to hear what is being said. There appear to be two people in the kitchen, and they are talking excitedly. Master is getting ready. I'm starting to get excited. I've never been to one before. Do you really think we may be visited? Another man's voice, rather more controlled, replies, You know, I'm having doubts about this whole affair. She is young, and she came here all innocence. I just don't know. The two men walk away around the kitchen, and you can see them more clearly. They are both dressed in white gowns. One is a good deal younger than the other. Okay, so yeah, it's a good idea, Dave. Good idea. Yes. You wish to knock on the door to see whether they try and let you in, or do you want to wait and listen longer? How intriguing. Oh, that's... Yeah, okay. You guys are going to listen a bit more, eh? Very well. The younger man turns to the older one and angrily says, The Master's teachings are not for the faint-hearted. You know of his power and his promises to us all. Perhaps you are no longer strong enough to stay with us. The older man turns away towards the window. He is hiding the look on his face, which is one of nervousness and fear. He realizes he has said the wrong thing. No, he stammers. I'll be alright, just a momentary weakness. Come, let us get on with the preparations. Together, the two men leave the kitchen, blowing out the candles on the way. You wonder what they were talking about. Now you must choose your next move. You want to try the kitchen door to see whether you can sneak inside, or go around to the front and knock on the door. So basically, it's the kitchen door or the main door. Yes. Stealth versus politeness. So basically, stealth. You don't know, Iruk. You don't know. Or maybe you do. Gonna try the kitchen door. The door is firmly locked. You will not enter the house this way. If you wish, you can try and attack the attention of the two men who were talking by knocking at the door, or you can return to the front door and try the the bell pull, or by knocking. All right, so let's see. So the kitchen door thing, the main door, bell pull, or the main door knocker. So this is it. This is where the stealth ends, and we actually have to announce our presence. But how will we do that? It's quite even, which is cool, you know, when there's 3. So every vote counts. Well, I'm going to end it now. Still pretty even, only a few votes in it, but... Oh, now there's been a surge. Oh, now it's back. Oh, it's pulled back a little. I'll have a drink and then... now I'll press stop. Alright, seems to have settled down. It was close, but... Side to the main door bell pull is what won. Sleeping in the car would be no adventure though, would it? You grasp the rope and pull. From the depths of the house you hear a tinkling noise and the light from the side window goes out. Never looked in that, did we? It gets kind of like obtuse, you know, quite obtuse. Or maybe the side window already has gone out, you know, because of the 2 people, but then you go back round and it's still on, time of thing, you know, it's a bit, you know, so that shouldn't be there. So basically, you pull the rope and there's tinkling noise. A few moments later, the door handle turns slowly and the door opens. Standing in the doorway is a tall man dressed in a dark suit with tails. His long face is sullen. Yes, he asks indignantly. You smile nervously and explain your situation. Your car has broken down, you need to reach a telephone, and you are soaked to the skin. The man's face remains expressionless. Come in, he orders. The master is expecting you. Follow me. He leads you to a reception hall and tells you to sit down while he informs his master of your arrival. You sit down in a solid carved chair and look around. The reception hall is certainly not what you would have expected from the outside. It is elegantly decorated with rich tapestries and fine oak panels. A number of portraits line the walls. A sturdy 16th century table is set against one wall. You want to wait for your host? Do you want to see the paintings, or do you want to hunt for a telephone? What does the hive mind say? That's what it said. The master has been expecting you. That's what it said. All of these sound terrible. Oh, just wait. Ah, Dragonster. Out of character knowledge, but you have to use that. So if you remember anything. But was it red or white wine you shouldn't have drunk? Anyway, you decide to look at the paintings. 3 portraits are particularly interesting. Where you look at the beautiful woman wearing a tiara. Where you look at the middle-aged, portly gentleman wearing a half-moon glasses. Or where you look at an elderly woman with grey hair and a cold expression. So, young woman. Portly gentleman or elderly woman. You might be able to look at more than one, but which one are you going to look at first? We have a donation. Emmy has given €100. Thank you very much, Emmy. That's really, really, really generous of you. That brings the total up to £434. Well done, Emmy. That's a very nice contribution. But, you know, it all helps. So if you only want to give a £5 or whatever, then please do, because it all adds up. Anyway, so because I know it can be quite intimidating to read out these big numbers, and then you can't really afford that much. So rather than donate a little bit, you donate nothing to save yourself the embarrassments. But if you want to give whatever you can, please do. Okay, so things have changed, because last time it was the young woman for some reason, and this time the young woman was soaring ahead, but the portly gentleman has caught up and indeed beaten her. Because I think the young woman tells you not to drink the wine. The red wine, maybe? Or white wine? I can't remember. Yeah, power play, yeah. You studied the portrait of the Duke of Brewster, 1763 to 1828. A rather elegant sort of chap, but you think as you stare at him, but suddenly you jump back. You could swear you saw his eyes move. A moment later, your suspicions are confirmed. His eyes are definitely moving, directing your attention towards one of the doors in the hall. What is happening? Your car breaks down, and suddenly you are in an elegantly derelict house. Well, it's not really derelict, is it? Decorated derelict house with moving portraits. Will you sit back in the chair and wait for your host to return? Will you try the handle to the door that the portrait is looking at? Or you want to go to another painting? You can't really call it derelict, because you already know at least 3 or 4 people live here. Indeed, why trust the creepy painting? Well, I can say that Wait has fallen right behind, but the other two are neck and neck. Still neck and neck. Oh. I think we have a winner. So it's another painting. We want to check another painting. You guys like your paintings. Oh wait, hang on. Another painting, okay. Okay, so we're going to look at the old woman apparently, which is what you would have picked anyway, I fear. I reckon. I just read fear there. But even so, okay, you step up to the Duchess of Brewster, 1777 to 1845. She looks like a stern old woman with an icy... Just looking at the picture there, it's a bit... Wow. Icy stare. The lady of nobility? No mistake. As you stare, her image seems to shimmer. You blink and try to look away, but you cannot. Within the shimmering face, you can see a small movement, and your jaw drops. As the portrait's eyes turn towards you, you gain 1 fear point from the fright. Oh, okay, so the first time it happens, you're not bothered. The second time, it freaks you out. The woman's lips start to move, and you hear a voice saying, "Stranger, you have innocently stumbled into a cursed place. Would that I would bid you escape, but alas, you cannot. There is evil and suffering within these walls, and you may only escape by destroying it. But that is almost impossible. I can tell you this, though you have an ally close by who may be able to help. This man is dressed in a grey robe. If you can find him, you may together free this house of the evil that controls it." With these words, the shimmering stops. You rub your eyes and look again. The painting is still. Ooh. Okay, well, we kind of got all 3 paintings there, more or less. Right, go up. There is a adventure sheet here. So, fear 1 of 7. Right, there are many white gowns in the house. I have an ally dressed in a grey robe. male. So we have a character sheet here. Footsteps. Someone is coming. The tall man you met earlier walks in, opening the door for another tall man dressed in a red smoking jacket. May I present Lord Kelnor, the Earl of Drummer. The butler announces. The Earl holds out his hand and you shake it. His grip is strong and his eyes pierce yours. His lips widen to a soft smile. You begin to tell him of your predicament, but he holds up his hand. Please, I can see that you are being caught in this filthy storm. Let us sit by the fire, and we will see whether we can help. Franklins, tell the cook to prepare some food for our visitor. You protest that you do not wish to be any trouble, but your host ignores you and leads you to a drawing room where a fire is burning. You take off your coat and sit down. The heat of the fire makes you feel comfortable once more. Franklins returns with 2 glasses of brandy. Will you relax, drink the brandy, and ask if you can use the telephone, or will you wait to see what he asks you? Okay, so drink and ask, basically. Oh, wait. We have another donation. Ulthor119 gives $100. Again, massive amounts. Thank you, Ulthor. $100 to bring the total up to £530.12. Amazing, guys. That is a lot of money. And we are 44% of the way to the little target that I made. But even so, £530 with a quarter of the way through. That's pretty impressive. So, well done, guys. Well done. Anyway. It's been pretty close, this vote. But wait and ask and see what he asks you has just about won. Your host is a little annoyed by your nervousness. Come, he says, there's no need to be afraid. Has your little accident caused you to lose your nerve? Drink your brandy, you will soon forget your fears. As you watch him, your mind begins to play tricks on you. His expression is one of genuine. Is his expression one of genuine concern for your welfare, or is there a hint of something secretive in his eyes and smile? You shiver, and your fear of the situation is evident. You gain 1 fear point. That is going to mess us up. 2 already. We're going to have 7. We haven't even done anything yet, you know. A short while later, Franklin's appears. Your meal is served, sir, he says to the Earl. You both rise and go through to the dining room. The dining room looks magnificent. A long table stretches between 2 fine chairs and is laid with gleaming silver cutlery. A red, rich wallpaper covers the walls, and the room is lit by a sparkling chandelier, bristling with candles, which hangs from the ceiling, obviously. You take your seat, and the butler moves behind you to offer you wine. Which wine would you like to drink? Would you like the white wine or the red wine? Again, I don't quite remember which one. Is it not the white one? I can't remember. I'm afraid. Oh, it's a dead heat. Oh, 2 more donations. Let me see if I can find who they're from while you guys deliberate which wine is best. Rohan, $15. Thank you very much to you. Cheers, dude. Zia as well. Thank you for the €20.80. Thank you very much. So the total is $5.30. Yes, that was. They must have come in as I was reading the last one. So yes, thank you very much, guys. That's brilliant. 23 people have raised £530. So good effort to all. Okay, red. Red. The wine is impeccable, a fine vintage. Soup follows, and then you may choose between 2 dishes of the main course. You want the lamb? You want the duck? Or you're not hungry? Or you could be a veggie, you know? In fact, that's what I said last time, so I'm saying it this time. Because you probably are hungry, so, you know. Lamb, duck, or are you a vegetarian? And you're like, actually, I don't really want either of those. Can we just get to the phone, please? You know? We haven't lost any strength, Lord Peter. Remember that. Your vitality is full. So... And it's actually quite high as well. But 2 out of 7 fear. Oh my god. It's really, really close, guys. I like this, because all the choices are so obscure. It's like, why would it matter, you know, lamb or duck? And because it doesn't seem to matter, make any sort of difference, you guys are split straight down the middle. But there is a winner. It's a narrow winner. But it's a winner. Bloody hell. Someone just voted as I clicked it. It's even. So we'll have a dead heat. Is it duck? Or is it veggie? We'll drop lamb. It wasn't my fault. I mean, it had been sat there for a couple of minutes. Lamb duckin'. You could ask for both lamb and duck, couldn't you? Be really, really cheeky. Alright. No, we're going with the duck, I'm afraid. Disney characters be damned. Your mouth waters as the roast duck is laid before you. The Earl is having the same, and you both chat as you eat. He wants to know how you came to be driving along the road in the middle of the night. You tell him about the old man's directions. You ask him about himself and his family. The Earl of Drummer was the last survivor of his family. His estate stretches for miles around the house. At one time, the estate was prosperous, with many tenant farmers cultivating the land and providing a healthy income for his family. But then things started to change. His sister died at the age of 32 under mysterious circumstances. She was found dead in a clearing in the woods with strange marks on her neck. News travels fast, and the ignorant peasants started muttering about witchcraft and black magic. In their eyes, the house was cursed. Pure superstitious nonsense, of course, but gradually the farmers moved to new pastures, avoiding the estate. By now you've finished your meal. Franklin returns to offer you fruit, cheese, coffee, and brandy. Oh my god, here we go again. So the menu is, okay. So let's see. Fruit, coffee, and brandy. Cheese, coffee, and brandy. Just cheese and coffee. Again, it's one of those choices that's like, well, why? So you guys are all kind of like, well... Bah, coffee. Ugh, coffee. Ugh. I'm afraid we cannot avoid coffee. Afraid not, Cyber. You have to have coffee. Which made me think that it's not set in England. It's also, you know, about 1 in the morning at this stage, isn't it? And you're sat there having roast duck and stuff. It's like, well... It wouldn't happen in England. Like, nice cup of tea. You want a biscuit? That's why I think it's not in England. But, you know, he's an earl. Exactly, Dragonster. That's why it's so, you know, it's so obscure about where it's set. Because this wouldn't happen in England. It just wouldn't. You know? Coffee. It's 1 in the morning. You know? So, anyway. Cheese and coffee as one. But lamb and duck isn't very American, yeah. So I'm thinking, you know, towards Eastern Europe. Don't know. Anyway, cheese and coffee. The butler brings you a plate of cheese and a steaming pot of coffee. He cuts a portion of cheese and pours your coffee into a china cup. Conversation continues. You finish your meal. The Earl rises to his feet, saying, "Our conversation has been most enjoyable, but now you must be tired. Franklin's will show you to your room. Let us retire." You stand up. He's right. You are tired. It's well past midnight. You stumble and reach out to steady yourself against the table. Phew, you didn't realize you were that tired. Or have you had a little too much to drink? Yeah, too much coffee makes you queasy. Maybe in America and England. Maybe. Yeah, it could be, I suppose. Your head is spinning and the voice of your host becomes part of a background noise, which is getting louder and louder in your ears. Eventually you collapse to the ground and lose consciousness. And this is where it really kicks off, people. Okay, so you open your eyes. Your head is spinning and it is some time before you are fully aware of the fact that your hands and feet are bound. The room you are in is empty, but you work out a plan. You will hop over to the window, break the glass, and use it to cut yourself free. Pulling yourself to your feet is awkward, but you manage it, and with a mixture of hops and shuffles, you arrive at the window. Outside, the wind is blowing the rain against the window. Will you go ahead and smash the window with your hands? Something of a risky business. Or will you instead test your luck? Now, don't forget, our luck is 10 out of 10 so far. So it's basically rolling a dice and rolling equal to or under your luck. So it's pretty likely it will be, but every time you do that, you lose 1 luck point. So, just so you know. So, test luck or not? You do have plenty of vitality or stamina. Surely you could smash it with a shoe or something. Maybe not. Maybe you're wearing Converse or something, I don't know. Anyway, yeah, I gotta test our luck. So, roll a dice. There we go. You are lucky. You managed to escape the splintering glass without harm. Cut yourself free and massage your wrist to get the circulation moving again. Then you walk over to the door to try it. It's not locked. You try the handle, open it a little, and look outside. Your room is on the first floor landing. Facing the door is a... I had trouble with this last time. Well, it's balustrade, but I don't know what that is. Facing the door is a balustrade, and looking over the banisters, you can see the entrance hall below. To your left are 2 doors in the corner of the landing, which runs along to the right. You want to go the way, turn to 287. Looking to your right, the landing runs past... Okay, so you want to go like left or right. It's like a railing. Oh, so it's a railing, basically. Okay. Yeah, so you're on a big railing that goes around the entrance hall. Do you want to go left or right? Or right or left? There you go. Just make sure I got them in the order that they appeared on the text. Apparently not. Lupercal. Left. You walk up to the two doors in the corner of the balcony. The one to your left is named Balthus. The one in the front has no name. Now I remember Balthus being quite a bad room. It's a zombie. I don't know if there's anything in it. I can't remember. But I know it's a fight. I think. No, I think about it. I don't know. I can't remember. Yeah, we got knocked out again. It's always happening, isn't it? It's close. I'll leave it for a little while longer. Oh, it's even. I almost stopped it there. If anybody wants to vote, do so. No. Dead heat. Alright, we'll have a revote then. So it's either the blank door or we ignore both. I don't remember what was through the blank door. Yeah, more or less, I think. More or less. Okay, are we going in the other door? Ooh. Door which opens into a narrow passageway which ends at a window. There is a door halfway along the left-hand side. A sign on the door identifies the Diabolus Room. If you wish to try this door, turn to 13. If you wish to investigate the window, or do you want to go back? Been here before. You can still go right, Looper. All you gotta do is go back, and then I think it gives you the option to go right again. Sorry. Thigh the door. I know. Go back all the way to the car. If you try the door, the front door again, because there is an option to do that, but I think it electrocutes you and you can't open it. Huh. Alright, well, you've decided to not bother at all. I go back. Much more cautious play this time. Sorry about that. Okay. So, a short distance further on, you come to the top of the main staircase, which leads downwards. Immediately opposite the staircase is an unmarked door. Do you want to go down? Do you want to try the unmarked door? Or do you want to continue around the landing? What's up with the chart? It keeps not going to the bottom. It's really, really even, guys. You guys are really like a mix of different thoughts. I mean, sometimes it's quite interesting because when I stream later on, I think it's more like Europeans in the stream and maybe a couple of Americans. But the votes tend to be quite similar. It's interesting that now we've got, I think, a wider demographic of people because I'm streaming earlier. The votes are a lot more spread. It's also because some of you have played the game before, and so you know what to vote for, and maybe sort of like half memories of things, so you'll think I'll vote for another thing this time, as opposed to a thing I would have voted for, so there's that as well. But look how close this is. Look at that. One vote in it. So, you know, it's just kind of, you know, it's intriguing. Play another game maybe and see if that continues to happen. One that we haven't played before. Possibly, but anyway. Might try sorcery after this. Quite curious about that one. There's not much difference between the options. Yeah, no deduction. So it's also a case of, yeah, you just kind of like clicking. But still, last time we played this, it was a lot more... See you, Dr. Tea Time. Thank you for dropping by. You know, it wasn't as close as this, but I think that might be a case of you know, people have played this before, and you know the sort of obvious or more sensible thing, if you like, they've tried, so they're picking something else this time to see what happens. Anyway, try the on-mat door. You step into a small storeroom and close the door behind you. There are shelves on the right. On the left and right walls, in which various household objects are stored. In front of you, in the wall facing the door, is another door. Okay, so do you want to go through the shelves? And you do. I'm just saying, you do want to go through the shelves. Try the door opposite or return. Just saying. That's me. I'm just curious about, you know, maybe you should check the shelves. I'm just saying, vote for the shelves. Oh look, it's shelves. Okay, the shelves. What? Oh, various items of crockery, cutlery, and food I kept in the store, including a sharp meat knife, which you hide under your coat and use as a weapon in the future. This sharp knife adds 3 skill points in a fight, so it basically brings it back up to 10. On one shelf you find several cloves of garlic, which you also take. There is also an unlabeled bottle of white liquid on the other shelf. Okay, so this is where it gets a bit more immature. Do you want to drink the liquid? Aww. Door opposite, or do you want to leave? Yeah. I have no input in this because I don't remember. It's with the chat, that's really annoying. While you guys deliberate this, I'll go and I'll just wander off for a second. So think about it and let me know. We'll be back in a couple of minutes. Okay. I am back. We've got a donation while I've been away. Let me just check that out. See if I can figure out who has donated. Yes, 24 people now. £540. Yukes78, I believe that was you. Thank you very much, sir. Very generous. So, what have you guys decided? You're gonna drink liquid. Maybe it's milk. Could be milk. Let's find out. Is it milk? Oh dear. Should have bookmarked that, maybe. Death! Lightheaded and dizzy, then suddenly you feel a sharp stab of pain in your stomach and you still blow up. There is no relief from this pain because you have drunk poisoned wine. In a few moments you'll lose consciousness and in 5 minutes you'll be dead. You will never make tomorrow's appointment after all, the end. So you got to remember that for next time, guys. Got to remember that for next time, yeah? Hello, Kermit. Well, this is one of the toughest books in the series. I think this, Return to Firetop Mountain, and Vault of the Vampire are some of the more difficult ones. Maybe Andrew has some more input on that, but as far as I remember, yeah, difficult. So we didn't even do as well as last time. Hello, Blackbeard. How's your voice? Hope you're feeling better. Ah, Creature of Havoc, yes. That's one where you wake up and you don't remember who you are or what you are because you're just this beast. You got to recover like your memories and everything. Don't worry, Kemet, because it's over now. Because they failed. The Hive Mind has failed us with an insta-death. Some may think that is a bit harsh, but you know, to be at full health and doing alright. No, I haven't tried Stardew Valley. Thank you very much. Okay, so. Do you want to try it? You want to do another one? Not this book, but you know, another one. Oh, I'll tell you what, I can put the vote up again, and then you can decide whether you want to play it again. So we failed that. So, just to recap. Bye, Andrew. Thank you very much for joining us. It's been a pleasure to have your company. Hello, Peter. So, yeah, we'll play another one. See how we'll do with this one. Oh, let's see. Actually, what I'll do is I'll stop the stream and start it again, because there could be different like uploads on the V streams. So, has Hive Mind ever completed one of these adventures? No. 100% failure rate so far. All right. So what I'll do is I'll stop the stream, start it again. And we'll vote for another book, all the same one, and it could be its own little video. Yeah, you survive Forest of Doom. I had most of success with the Forest of Doom. Okay, so I'll see you guys in a jiffy.